Welcome to Into the Outdoors. Do me a favor, before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Now, if you're here watching this video, you're probably trying to decide which one of these three lights you want to purchase. So hopefully this review and demo will help you make that decision. Let's start off with we have the Streamlight TLR-1 HL-X, which has a 15,000 lumen and 22,000 candela. All right, then we have the Streamlight TLR-1 HP-X, which has 1,300 lumen and 77,000 candela. And last, we have the SureFire X300 Turbo, which comes in at 66,000 candela. Now, before I get to the performance demo, I will talk about which brand I like better and why. You may not have the same feelings, I don't know, but hopefully I can show you enough to help with your decision. Okay, so my favorite brand is the Streamlight, and that is outside of performance. Okay, I'm happy with the performance. It has good performance, but I'm going to show you the features that made this just like an easy call for me. Okay, so for example, the way you activate the light is it's a simple tap, light activated. Okay, tap and tap off. Now if you hold it, it stays on until you let it go. All right, simple as that. I like that. You can do it with either finger, but it's natural to do it with your thumb. Get it? Okay, just natural, easy. Doesn't take much to activate the weapon light. Okay, so it's easy to train with, easy to work with. It's just like they made it as easy as it can get. Compared to the SureFire. Now the SureFire, it actually, so it twists. It's like a twist system. All right, so it's not as natural. When I go and aim, I gotta, apply quite a bit of pressure to get it down and on. I only have full on. There's no tapping, intermediate on, off. So it's just full on, full off. Okay, so now once it's on, you see it goes on easy. Off is not so easy. So that's my problem with the SureFire. Okay, so you can see literally, if I turn it on with my thumb, it's on. If I try to turn it off with my pointer finger, it takes a lot of force, and once I do get the force, it actually passes the off button and goes down to the down on button. All right, so then you got to come back up to off. Now, same thing, if I do it with my thumb, we're on. I got to do all of this to push it back up. All right, so for me, that's like a deal breaker. The light quality is excellent. The performance is good, but that alone right there was just not me. Okay. Another issue I will show you, for example, let's go back to the Streamlight. Now, in order to replace batteries, push this button right here, push that up, and pop the front open, and you have your batteries. All right, simple as that. Whereas the SureFire, you're going to have to remove the light and pull the batteries from the backside. All right, so that's, again, something I didn't care for. My original weapon light is the the TLR-1 HL-X was the original, and I actually had to purchase a light for my wife. So I wanted to, after looking at specs, I decided on the SureFire X300 Turbo. After getting it and attaching it and realizing just what a hassle it is to turn off and on, I decided on the TLR-1 HP-X, which that's where we're at, and that's where we're happy. Okay. Now I will tell you, they come in two versions. It comes with replaceable batteries and rechargeable batteries. I've noticed, depending on when and where you buy it, it's cheaper to buy it with the replaceable batteries and buy the rechargeable batteries on the side. And you can save a little money there. If you don't want to go through that hassle, just buy it all together. Or maybe at the time that you purchase, it might be cheaper to just buy it all together. So that's something to consider when you're shopping for one. Now, as far as mounting the lights, they pretty much mount the same. I do like how the Streamlight is a little more low profile as opposed to the SureFire. All right. But they also have different buttons just in case you need to make adjustments to your hand type or size. I and my wife prefer just how they come. Works out just fine. I'm very happy with it. Size comparison, the TLR-1 HP-X, I believe, is the longest of the three. So it's actually about the same as the X300 Turbo, but it's slightly longer than the TLR-1 HL-X. Not much, but just a tad bit. Now, some people have had questions about whether the TLR-1 HP-X will still holster in a holster made for the TLR-1 HL-X. I've holstered it in a TLR-1 HL-X holster, and it holstered just fine. And that being said, that's because the end is open. I don't believe it protruded at all out the end, but it worked just fine with the TLR-1 HL-X holster. Now, with that said, we'll go ahead and take it outside, and I will do demo in dark and let you see the difference between how they light up your area. Now, keep in mind, this is in the backyard. Not a large backyard, so I will be shining out to approximately 15 yards within the yard, and then a little later I'll shine on some trees that are roughly about 50 yards outside the yard. Okay, so you can kind of see the difference. Okay, so I'm out here in my backyard. It's kind of dark. I mean, well, it is dark. I'm looking at about 10 yards, so it's not far. So I'm just going to give you an idea. Now, first I'm going to show you the Streamlight TLR-1 HL-X. All right, so let's go ahead and there you go. You see what kind of beam it shows. You can see pretty good, So that's that one. All right, so now we will do the TLR-1. I'm sorry. Now we'll do the Streamlight TLR-1 HP-X. All right. So you can see the brightness difference. It is pretty good, and you can see how much flood there is. And last of the three, we have the SureFire X300 Turbo. So again, good light beam and good flood. All right, so here's our side by side. Here is the TLR-1 HL-X. Oh, sorry. There we go. That's on. All right, so you can see how that one works. And now we will go ahead and hit it with the TLR-1 HP-X. All right, so right away you can see, the brightness difference. That is a big brightness difference between the two. Okay, so let's go ahead and kill them. Okay, so now I will go ahead and compare the TLR-1 HP-X to the X300 Turbo. We'll start with the HP-X. And here goes the Turbo. The X300 Turbo. So in comparison, you can see the color difference. The X300 Turbo has probably a smaller, more defined beam. They probably have about equal flood between the two. So That is the comparison. Now, if that is comparable to you and you are okay with either or, this is the deciding factor. All right, so for example, the HP-X is in my left hand, I'm right-handed, and let's go ahead and turn it off. Simple as that. All right, the X300 is in my right hand, and I'm struggling to turn it off single-handed. Okay, so like if I do get it going, it's flipping from one side of on to the other side of on. Like it's not stopping in the middle. So I have to kind of, oh man, there we go. Got it in there, two-handed, to get the X300 turned off. Okay, so you can see my archery target over there in the distance. That is about 20 yards already lit, but you know, I don't really like shining my light. If I go, you can see how all of that's lit up. Okay, if I go up top to the back, that is way across the way. That is probably at least 50 yards to the trees. Okay, so again, you know, if it's something in that tree up there, you're gonna see it. All right, so that is the HP-X. I will go ahead and see, and there is the HL-X. Still shines pretty good, and the X300 Turbo. All right. So I hope this little demo helps you decide on where you want to spend your money. Another thing to consider, the SureFire is the highest priced light here. So on top, you know, like that, and you know, the price and the just how hard it is to activate the light and turn off the light made it a whole lot easier for me to go with the Streamlight. Okay. Um, so with that said, my light of choice is the Streamlight TLR-1 HP-X. Very happy with it. And I'll actually be replacing the X300 with the TLR-1 HP-X and possibly the TLR-1 HX. I'm sorry, the HL-X. So I don't know. We'll see. But I hope this helps you decide on which way you want to go. Please comment down below if you have different experiences with these lights and a different opinion. Until next time, into the outdoors.